Hello, my name's Matt.
My name's Dominic.
And we play in a band called Muse.
And you're watching Mujika Ranking.
So welcome back to Japan.
Great, it's great to be back.
Thanks.
Is there any live shows you did in the past that you really remember in Japan or anywhere in the world that really?
I remember the first gig we did in Japan was really cool. Was it Quattro in Tokyo?
Yeah?
Yeah, years ago. Yeah, and we played. That was the first time we played here, and I remember the crowd was kind of like was stood there. And I was kind of a bit nervous, didn't know what to do. So I kind of like pulled out some cheesy rock move, and everyone went woo, and that inspired me to pull out more cheesy rock moves.
You did one of these.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that actually inspired my whole stage act. Was inspired by Quattro in Tokyo because the crowd they really responded to like cheesy rock moves, you know. So that kind of got me in the mood to start doing that more often.
Oh, that's awesome! All right. So congratulations on releasing your CD. It's a huge hit not only in Japan but in Europe and the States, and you guys must be so busy right now.
Yeah, we've just started touring, really. We've just done a little tour in the States, and we did some festivals just before that, and now we're here. So, I mean, our plan is to be on the road for the next year and a half. Or something silly like that, really.
Wow. So the whole CD, it starts out really dramatically with Take a Bow, and then you kind of get pulled into the whole Muse world. Is there anything you did differently in the CD than you did in the last three, or like the way you wrote your songs, or...?
It feels like we did everything differently this time, yeah. I mean, we generally putting all the songs together, we were in a studio together in a very secluded environment, which gave us a lot of time to experiment. And I think the whole kind of focus was to forget about the past, what we've done, don't think about the future at all, what we might be doing, and just really just concentrate on writing music for ourselves, you know, and not worry about how we're going to play it in the future or anything like that, or not worry about when we're going to release it. So it gives a lot of time freedom to experiment and come up with lots of kind of new things that we've never touched on before. So and we also wanted to make every song show lots of different sides of the band and make every song very different and have its own character. So I think we pushed ourselves quite a bit.
So you spent 6 weeks living in a palace in France?
I wouldn't say palace.
It wasn't really a palace. It was like a chateau, like a wine chateau place.
Oh,
but it used to be a Knights Templar haven. You know, it used to be. So it's got a lot of ghosts hanging around. A lot of
I was going to ask you about that.
A lot of shadow people, sort of creeping around behind you when you're not looking and stuff.
Any good ghost stories? Anything happen?
Well, I kept sensing this shadow person sort of creeping around the pool table. Whenever I was taking a shot, I think it's trying to put me off.
There was one room that we didn't go in because it just had a strange vibe.
Really?
I think there was some kind of presence in there, yeah.
You just never ended up going in there 6 weeks?
It was just one of those weird it's actually the room with the pool table, and it's supposed to be the games room, but it's the most dodgy, cold. One of those rooms that you go into, it's just got a bit of a shiver.
Yeah. So you run through it, and that's about it.
Wow, that's so weird.
It was nice to be there because it was the wine season. It was actually the time they were picking all the grapes and making all the wines. So we got to obviously drink a fair bit and get involved in the grape crushing, which was nice.
Yeah. Do you think it was necessary, though, to get away from TV, radio, and cars, internet, things like that, to really get into the music? Or?
We survived quite well with that TV and phones and stuff, but I think we cracked after about 2 or 3 weeks, and we rented out a big satellite to get the internet because we were feeling a little bit too cut off, so we had to write at least just a couple of emails just to keep in touch with to someone. But no, it's nice to take a break from that stuff. It's surprising how much that stuff influences you and sort of influences your thought, you know. And so I think it's good for us to sort of make some of these songs in a very a very sort of pure environment, you know, without too much stuff sort of making you think certain things. You know.
So how did you figure out, how did you do the housework? Who did what? Do you guys have like a system, or who does the cooking, who does the cleaning?
Dom does the housework generally.
All of it?
Most of it, yeah.
I'm pretty good.
In fact, he's very clean though. Me and Chris are just really messy. We just drop beer everywhere and mess the whole place up. And you know, Dom's a very clean type. You know. Doesn't like smelly socks.
No, it's because these guys have those, you know. So, but I'll try and cook. But we had a lot of local French food, like really local.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of food from some local French restaurant, and it was like weird stuff though. It was like pigeon.
No, it was like rats and
yeah, it was like
rabbits and
like a big bowl of meat would appear, like loads of bones sticking out.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. Yeah, we ended up just eating salads most of the time because the local produce was a little bit intense.
So after the 6 weeks in Paris, you guys moved to New York. Why was that? You just got sick of it? Or?
We were kind of so out of it in France. We were, you know, a little bit what's the word? Cabin fever, maybe. So we kind of decided we should go. I mean, it was really good to be there because we were coming up with a lot of new ideas all the time, but we couldn't really finish anything off. So we went to New York to kind of change our environment, and when we arrived in New York, everything kind of seemed to come together quite quickly, and it became very obvious which ones were the good songs and which ones were the bad songs. We just concentrated on the ones that we thought were the best and finished them off relatively quickly. I think New York's had a lot more energy to it, and I think we needed a bit of that because we were getting a bit kind of we were sort of spending like days just twiddling with synthesizers and wasting a lot of time. So I think it's good to go somewhere where we sort of kicked our ass into gear.
So you guys have been together as a band for like 10 years now. You probably know each other pretty well. And I'm sorry that it's just the two of you, but first of all, what's one thing that you think about each other that's really amazing, that really you respect or really surprises you? Or
well, I respect Dom's drumming skills. Great drummer, and
that's good.
And what else? Good snowboarder. I wish I could snowboard. I can't snowboard at all. I'm trying to learn, but I keep falling over.
That's me.
And great cooking skills.
See, Matt's, he's a straight talker. He's straight to the point.
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
Which is a good thing. He's, creative, ambitious. These are all respectable things in human beings.
It's cool. We're having our own little therapeutic little hour right now. Everybody's going to start crying. We're like, oh, I love you, man. So what is something that you like doing when you come to Japan?
I'm going to Hakone National Park tomorrow. I'm looking forward to getting down there and hanging around in the trees.
Yeah,
I like trees.
Cool.
I'm also going to. I think we're all going to go to Kyoto.
Yeah,
I
like that pronunciation.
Wooden temple. I like going to that.
So
it's really nice and peaceful vibe there.
Yeah.
I like a bit of peace. And the food, of course.
The food
I love
awesome.
the food. Yeah, I love it. I love eating weird stuff because there's some
weird stuff.
there's a lot of unusual stuff here, like the blowfish restaurants. We like going to the blowfish restaurant, and I eat the liver of a blowfish, which is like the poisonous bit. The bit that actually you die. But I went to a special restaurant where they feed it a special food where the liver is edible. And
that's a shame.
Tried it?
I tried it, and that was quite unusual. Nice.
Wow.
It was rotten squid.
Oh,
actually.
That's not rotten. You're talking about this kind of pink, right?
Yeah.
Well, someone told me it was rotten, and it tasted rotten.
Yeah, that's not rotten. That's so fresh.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right.
If it's made that way, it's really, really fresh. Or else you'd be in the bathroom right now.
Right.
Yeah, so we can't wait for you guys to come back and have a great show.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you very much. It was really nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Thanks, cheers.
Thank you.
Hey, how's it going? We're called Muse, by the way, and we'd just like to say hi to the Japanese fans. It's always a pleasure to be here.
It is.
We love playing here, and some of our favourite fans in the world, I must say. And back in January to do another tour should be great. And take care of yourself. Just be careful out there. It's tough out there.
Thanks. See ya.